Now, it's pace of play.
Come on, Glenn! Come on! Get your head in the damn game!
Putting the boys on the clock.
I guess we're playing for keeps now.
The fuck?
All right, Lee, we talked about it a little before at the top of the show. Vijay Singh has been acquitted, if you will, of using a banned substance by the PGA Tour. They've dropped everything. They didn't suspend him. They really kind of didn't apologize. He's filing a lawsuit against him to kind of get his reputation back, as he says. You think this is good or bad? Everybody says, why? You know, they're shocked. They dismissed everything. It's all good. You get out, you go out to play golf again. It's all you got to do is worry about why would he want to sue them? I said before, it's just to get his pound of flesh going. Do you think it's a good idea, bad idea?
I think it's a terrible idea. I mean, he's looking at this to try to get his reputation back. How is this going to help his reputation? I mean, name me a way that this helps his reputation. It can't. The guys, it has to be, as you said, the pound of flesh, just to try to wrong somebody so that he's not wrong, and that's not going to help his reputation. Guy's made $67 million since he's come to the tour. He's the one that admitted using the banned substance. The tour didn't out him on this. He admitted to it. As you mentioned, I do agree with the fact that if the tour has one issue, maybe that they've trusted a third party and trusted the World Anti-Doping Agency to where this substance, IGF-1 or whatever, was on the list, off the list, whatever. But Vijay's going to get nothing out of this to help his reputation. Going back to 1985 with his scorecard
I agree,
incident.
but in the long run, Lee, I think there's some players that are quietly that are actually up for this because they know it's going to change the policy of the PGA Tour as far as banned substance. They will have to take it in-house. They won't rely on third parties or independent outside agencies anymore, and they'll have more of a hands-on approach to it.
I think the players don't want it to change because it's going to become more intrusive than it is now. It's come to a golf tournament.
I'm not so sure about that. I disagree with that. I think some do.
Hey, we're going to move on. Fred Couples, Colin Montgomery, Ken Venturi, these guys recently inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Big congratulations to them.
Absolutely.
It's well-deserved.
And especially Ken Venturi, who we've had on the show. A friend of mine is in the hospital, and we wish him well.
PGA Tour Commissioner Tim Fincham says that, he thinks that Hall of Fame process should be, taken a look at, maybe reevaluated as to how people get in, whether it's an age thing, after your retirement thing, achievements, percentage of vote, all those types of things. We've discussed it a little bit. What are your thoughts?
I totally agree. I mean, as you know, there was a lot of rumors. There was a lot of people talking under their breath about the admission of Freddie Couples, especially Colin Montgomery, who hasn't won any majors, a great world-class player, has done tremendously on the European Tour. But I think they do need to take a look at the admission policy, whether it is increasing the age eligibility or the individual's record or so on and so forth. Too many people are agreeing, Lee, that this has become more of a popularity contest.
Yeah, and I totally agree. It needs to be looked at, and that's not to say that Freddie Couples doesn't eventually deserve it. Colin Montgomery doesn't eventually deserve it, those types of things. I think ultimately it comes down to you don't have to put somebody in every year if somebody doesn't deserve it.
Totally agree.
And I think baseball has been doing it a long time, and they have a veterans committee that puts somebody in that maybe is forgotten from 20, 30, 40 years ago, those types of things. So, I'd almost try to look at that baseball model and maybe
And I think in the long run it starts hurting the significance of getting into the World Golf Hall of Fame, which is the pinnacle for golfers. Speaking of the pinnacle, David Lynn, moved recently, great player. He's been playing great lately, and as such has moved to number 42 in the world almost assuredly. Has gotten himself a spot to play in the U.S. Open. He has decided to take a pass and go on vacation and skip playing in the U.S. Open. Good move or bad move? And all I got to say, absolutely, David, you're a schmuck. You can always go on vacation, but you always can't qualify to play in a U.S. Open. I think the guy is totally missing the boat, and I think somebody gave him some bad advice, or he's clearly not thinking clearly. I think it's a terrible move, Lee.
I love this job.
I totally agree with you. I mean, and I'm not going to go as far as calling the guy a schmuck, but he's obviously scheduled a vacation. He's using it. I've already scheduled it. It's the week of the U.S. Open. Obviously, he didn't expect to get an invite, but
things change. You got to be fluid
totally
when
agree.
you play on the PGA Tour.
Get all your rest between the Players Championship, of which he's 4 under, and tees off at 12:40 or whatever it is this afternoon, East Coast time, and then get all your rest between now and the U.S. Open.
Exactly.
And play in the U.S. Open.
I mean, this is not like playing in any other tour event. This is a major. This is a U.S. Open. This is the pinnacle for a lot of guys, and you're going to pass it up because you want to go to frickin' Disneyland or something?
And
Come on.
I'll tell you what, our first 3 or 4 questions here in Pace of Play, I'm usually on the players' side 100%, and I've kind of been against all the players on in this particular segment. Just
too much deer antler spray.
Bad moves being made.
Bad move.
All right. Hey, speaking of David Lynn, Derek Ernst, our local Rebel and UNLV player, and who beat David Lynn in the playoff at Wells Fargo. And we're going to talk a little bit about this later with one of the managers of this event that's happening at TPC Summerlin on Monday. But Derek Ernst, winner of the Wells Fargo, $1.2 million, made a huge jump up the world ranking, up the FedEx Cup points. He's in the top 30 on the money list, those types of things. He still has to participate in the first stage of U.S. Open qualifying at TPC Summerlin this Monday. Time to reevaluate a guy winning 2 months before and not getting in this thing?
It is time. I'm not saying give him a pass or whatever, but at least, come on, bypass first stage. Give me a break. Okay, maybe even second stage, depending on how they want to look at it, but absolutely.
Well, how many stages is there? There's only 2 stages.
Yeah, that's right. There's only 2 stages. All right. Give him a pass on the first stage.
You're just saying give him an exemption.
Yeah, give him an exemption. No, but not totally, but at least first stage. After all, the guy has proven himself now. He's a winner on the PGA Tour. And like you say, and I think, frankly, he'd be a good addition. So let's just see how he does Monday.
Well, I hate to do it, but I think I agree with you again.
That is rare.
It is. You look at the guy just won $1.2 million. Yeah. He won not a major championship.
Forget the money. The money is secondary, Lee. The guy's a winner.
Well, the money's secondary, but the U.S. Open, as I understand it, and reading some of the criteria, a lot of these major championships have, if you're in the top 30 at a certain
dollar
point,
amount.
They don't have that. All
Correct.
they have, I think, is a top 60 in the world golf ranking.
Correct.
As of a certain week at the end of the year. These are the guys that are playing well the first 4 or 5 months that are the top 30 in the money list or whatever it is. Have an invite for the top 20 at a certain date on the money list if you're not in the top 50 in the world, right? Whatever it is. But in the least, this guy should not be playing in the first stage.
I agree.
We're glad to have him.
Absolutely, and I look forward to seeing him Monday, and I'm sure that he will. Nevada State Legislature has come up with this thing, this entertainment tax, where they want to impose an 8% tax on venues like arenas, movie theaters, anybody who admits people to a so-called, entertainment venue.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, and a lot of people think it does. They're even talking about golf courses, Lee, and I think this is a terrible, terrible idea. Nobody likes paying more taxes. The golf industry is suffering enough right now, and it's only going to supposedly raise $50 million, which is a lot of money, but it's a drop in the bucket for what the state of Nevada needs to overcome a shortcut, put more money in the coffers of the state budget. It's a terrible idea.
I don't know much about this, but everything that I've seen on the surface, it looks like a bad idea to me.
Yeah.
And again, I don't.
People are mad about the room tax that they have to pay, and the resort fees and the local hotel taxes when they come here, and now they may get slapped. The out-of-towners or even the locals, with another 8% on top of everything.
I've got
I don't think it's a bad idea.
I usually have no problem with taxing or paying your fair share, but here's the problem from a golf industry standpoint, and you alluded to it. But water and the pricing of water over the next 10 years, which the speculation has it doubling, this alone could drive golf courses out of this industry, and
No
we'll have
kidding.
And a lot of people are going to struggle in that way. So adding another tax that has to do
Not
with public
good.
golf or whatever.
Too burdensome. Too burdensome. All right, real quickly, Players Championship prediction, Henrik Stenson.
I'll tell you what, he's playing well. I've actually got two, and I know you're going to chastise me for this, but I would love to see Sergio win this tournament. I'd love to see Sergio go
Again,
on, play
yeah.
well. Obviously, he plays well here.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a guy, and then I'm going to give you a dark horse. So I'm going to take Sergio, but I'm going to give you a dark horse, and I'm going to say Luke Donald.
Luke, interesting.
He's way back.
Way back.
But he's teeing off 2.5 hours before the lead. I think if a guy posts about a 66, 67 in that particular area, gets to 9 or 10 under, some storms blow in, I think, I think
let me
those
say
leaders
this
could
about
struggle.
that. He's got about as much of a chance as Jeff Ogilvy, your favorite. Oh, by the way, did he make the cut?
No, he did not.
All right. We'll be right back right after these words to wrap up more of the 19th All Weekend edition. Stay with us.